Hello, I'm Jessica Weifel, and I would like to welcome you to the instructional video for part 2 of the Siepias Festival of Lights Crochet Along. In this video, we will be working the square motif. The written pattern can be found on the Siepias website. A link will be in the description. If you haven't already, I recommend watching the introductory video. It covers materials, some tricks for staying organized, and a little bit about my inspiration when designing this blanket. In this video, I will be using UK crochet terms. I will link the video with US terms in the description. Round 1. We're going to begin round 1 by taking yarn A and wrapping it around 2 fingers to form a magic ring. Insert your hook into the magic ring, yarn around hook, and pull through a loop. Now chain 1, this does not count as a stitch, and make a beginning treble crochet by making a 1 double crochet and chain 1. Chain 2 to form the corner. Make 3 more treble crochet into the ring. That's 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to repeat the chain 2, make 3 treble crochet twice more. So chain 2, make 3 treble crochet, chain 2, and make 3 treble crochet, then chain 2 more to complete the 4th corner, and 2 more treble crochet to complete the 4th side. Close the magic ring by pulling gently on the starting tail. If you are making the Organicon version of this blanket, stop here and continue to round 2 where we will do the joining. If you are making the Metropolis version of this blanket, continue by needle joining. Before fastening off, check your stitch count. You should have 12 treble crochets and 4 corner 2 chain spaces. To needle join, we will cut the yarn, leaving a nice long tail for weaving in your ends later. Then lift your loop until the yarn emerges from the stitch. Pop. And thread that tail onto a tapestry needle. Skip the first stitch, which is our beginning stitch, and insert the needle from front to back under both loops of the following stitch. In this case, it is the first chain of our 2 chain corner space. Reinsert the needle from where the yarn emerged, going under both of the back loops. Pull the yarn and adjust to make a false stitch identical in size. Since I already have my tail on the tapestry needle, I'm going to take a minute now to weave in my ends. I'm going to insert it down and through the center, down through the center, then bring it back up to the outer edge of the round. Now I'm going to weave it through in a few places in the back loop so that I can crochet over it in the next round. You can weave it through all the back loops of this round, or a few, or even just hold it there. The main idea is that we're going to crochet over it in round 2. Working with the starting tail, I prefer to weave in those ends by spinning it around the middle a few times. This reinforces the magic ring and makes it a little more secure. Once you've gone around the center a few times, you can bring it out to the outer edge and weave it through the back loops to crochet over as you did with the other tail, or you can leave it for the end and weave in as you would at the end of a motif. And that's round 1 completed. Round 2. If you're making the Organicon version of this blanket, begin by slip stitching into the beginning stitch of round 1. This will end round 1. Slip stitch into the 2-chain corner space, then make a beginning treble crochet by making a double crochet into the same 2-chain corner space and chaining 1. If you're making the Metropolis version of the kit, begin with a standing treble crochet. Make a standing stitch by placing a slip knot on the hook and then completing your treble crochet as you normally would. Or you can use my alternative method and just wrap the yarn around the hook without making a slip knot. I do this so that I can remove the top portion of the stitch during the needle join. So make your standing treble crochet in any of the 2-chain corner spaces. Continuing for both kits, make a second treble crochet into the same 2-chain space. Chain 2 to form the new corner, and make 2 more treble crochets into the same corner space. Now make 3 treble crochets, working 1 in each stitch along the side. That's 1, 2, and 3. Repeat this around each corner and side. Before fastening off, check your stitch count. You should have 28 treble crochets and 4 corner 2-chain spaces. Once again to needle join. We are going to cut a long tail, leaving enough room to sew in the ends later. Lift the loop until the end emerges from the stitch, pop, and thread the tail onto a tapestry needle. Skip the first stitch and insert the needle from front to back under both loops of the following stitch. If you made a standing stitch without a slip knot, you can gently lift and remove the top portion of the stitch. We are replacing this with the needle join. Reinsert your needle from where the yarn emerged from and under both back loops. Adjust to make a false stitch of the same size. Go ahead and crisscross your tails in the back, and then if you'd like, you can weave in your ends now. Because the next round is almost entirely back post stitches, we won't be able to weave in our ends to crochet over in the next round. Instead, I would recommend sewing them in at the bottom of the round or waiting until the end of the motif to weave in these ends. Round 3. We're going to begin round 3 with a standing back post double crochet. So I'm going to place a slip knot on my hook and find the first stitch on a side. And now we're going to make the back post double crochet around this stitch. When I first started crocheting, I wasn't sure if it should go under this loop or not, but you go under all the loops, just right around the post here. And then complete that back post double crochet. Now I'm going to make 6 more back post double crochets. That's 1 along each stitch on the side. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then in this next corner, make 1 double crochet, chain 1, and make a second double crochet in the same corner. Now we're going to repeat that around each side and corner. There should be 7 stitches along each side and 2 in each corner with a 1 chain space. And when we get back to the beginning of the round, we are going to not fasten off. We're just going to slip stitch into the first stitch of the round. Before beginning the next round, check your stitch count. You should have 28 back post double crochets, 8 double crochets, and 4 chain 1 spaces. If you'd like, you can weave in your tail along the back bumps or back loops of all the stitches of this round so that you can crochet over it in the next round. For this one, I'm going to catch every loop. That way it doesn't confuse me when I get to actually the round after this round, as we'll be skipping some of our stitches in the next round. And that's round 3 complete. Round 4. We're going to begin round 4 with a beginning popcorn stitch in the next stitch. Make a beginning popcorn stitch by making a beginning treble crochet by making a double crochet chain 1 in the next stitch. Then make 3 more treble crochets into the same stitch. You should have a total of 4 treble crochets, including the beginning one in that stitch. Now remove the hook from the loop and insert it front to back through the 1 chain space of the beginning treble crochet. Pick up the loop again and pull it through. And that's your little popcorn completed. Now chain 2 and skip the next space. Then make another popcorn stitch into the following stitch. So we're going to make 4 treble crochets into that stitch. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Remove the hook from the loop, insert it front to back through the first stitch, pick up the loop again, and pull it through. Now we're going to repeat chain 2, skip 1 stitch, make 1 popcorn stitch 2 more times. Your last popcorn stitch should fall into the double crochet that's made in the corner space. Chain 4 for the corner. Skip the 1 chain space and make another popcorn stitch in the other double crochet in the corner space. Now repeat this around each side and corner. Before fastening off, check your stitch count. You should have 20 popcorn stitches, 4 4-chain spaces in each corner, and 16 2-chain spaces between each popcorn stitch. Once again, fasten off with a needle join. Cut the yarn, leaving a nice long tail. Lift the loop until it emerges. Pop. And thread it onto a tapestry needle. Insert it into the back part of the popcorn stitch. You can go in about there. Pull it through and reinsert it from where it emerged. Now we can weave this end in by working back down through the popcorn stitch and sewing it in at the base of the popcorn stitches. Round 5. We're going to begin round 5 with a standing treble crochet. So place a slip knot on your hook. Then we're going to make a treble crochet into the 1 chain corner space that we skipped in round 4. So that's a round 3 1 chain corner space. It's right here. Make your treble crochet into that space. Chain 2. And make another treble crochet into the same corner space. You should be working in front of the chain spaces from round 4. Now we're going to make a front post double crochet around the popcorn stitch from round 4. So go underneath the popcorn, behind, and in front of the chain spaces, and make a double crochet. Now we're going to make a treble crochet into the skipped stitch from round 3 between the 2 popcorns. When you make this stitch, make sure you are not accidentally extending your treble crochet extra long, as it will cause your square to be too large for gauge or pop out in the middle a little bit oddly. Now we're going to continue this pattern down the side. Make a front post double crochet around the popcorn. And a treble crochet in the skipped stitch between the popcorns. Again, make sure that you're working in front of the chain space from round 4. When you get to the next corner, once again working in front of the chain, you're going to make another treble crochet into that corner 1 chain space. Chain 2. And make another treble crochet into the corner. And we're going to repeat that around all sides and corners. When we get back up to the beginning of the round, you're going to join with a slip stitch in the standing treble crochet. We'll be using the same color for the next round, so don't fasten off. But if you'd like, you may weave in the starting tail along the back loops of this round so that you can crochet over them in the next round. Round 6. Round 6 uses the same color as round 5. So we will begin with a beginning half treble crochet. To make a half treble crochet, chain 1 and make 1 double crochet. I know this seems a little odd for a beginning stitch, but with the needle join, this will look just like a half treble crochet when we are done with the round. Then make 1 more half treble crochet into the same corner space. Chain 2 to form a new corner and make 2 more half treble crochets into the same corner space. Skip the first stitch of the round. Sometimes that stitch will be a little hidden. And then make 1 half treble crochet in each stitch along the side of the round. This should be 10 half treble crochets. When we get back to the next corner, we're going to make 2 half treble crochets into the corner space, chain 2, and make 2 more half treble crochets into the same corner space. Once again, skip that first half treble crochet and make half treble crochets in each stitch along the side. Repeat this around each side and corner. When we get back up to the beginning of the round, make sure that you are placing your last half treble crochet into the same stitch that you made the slip stitch join in. Before fastening off, check your stitch count. You should have 56 half treble crochets and 4 corner 2 chain spaces. Once again, fasten off with a needle join. Cut the yarn, leaving a nice long tail. Then lift the loop until the yarn emerges from the stitch. Pop. And thread that yarn onto a tapestry needle. Skip the next stitch and insert the needle front to back through the following stitch under both loops. Pull the yarn through and reinsert the needle from where the tail emerged and under both loops in the back. Now your beginning half treble crochet should look as intended. We will be working mainly in the back post in the next round. I recommend sewing this end in through the bottom of the round instead of along the top of the back loops and the stitches. Round 7. Begin round 7 with a standing double crochet in any corner chain space. Chain 2 and make another double crochet in the same corner space. Now make back post double crochets around each stitch along the side. There should be 14 back post double crochets. When you get to the next corner, make 1 double crochet, chain 2, and make another double crochet in the same corner space. Repeat this around each side and corner. Before fastening off, check your stitch count. You should have 56 back post double crochets, 8 double crochets, and 4 corner 2 chain spaces. Fasten off with a needle join. Round 8. Begin round 8 with a standing half treble crochet in any corner space. Make a second half treble crochet in the same space, chain 2, and make 2 more half treble crochets in the same space. Skip the first stitch and make half treble crochets in each stitch along the side. That should be 15 half treble crochets. In the next corner space, make 2 half treble crochets, chain 2, and make 2 more half treble crochets. Skip that next stitch and repeat this around each side and corner. Before fastening off, check your stitch count. You should have 76 half treble crochets and 4 corner 2 chain spaces. That will be 19 stitches on each side. Fasten off with a needle join. Since this is the last round, I recommend sewing in the ends at the bottom of the round instead of through the back loops. For this project, we will not be making a specific gauge swatch. Instead, the measurements for each motif will be provided. The square motif before blocking should be 9 centimeters square. You can also compare your square to the triangle. The square should be about the size of 2 triangles put together. You can try lining up the sides and see if they are roughly the same. Keep in mind this will improve with blocking. If you are concerned about yarn usage, weighing your motifs may be reassuring. My square motifs averaged about 7.3 grams in the Metropolis kit and 7.6 grams in the Organicon kit. The Metropolis kit has about a 15% buffer, so as long as your square motifs are less than 8.4 grams, you should have plenty of yarn. The Organicon kit has plenty of extra yarn. I talk more about gauge on my blog, but in general, find a hook that gives you results that are close enough, aim for consistency, and try not to stress about it too much. Small variations shouldn't cause much of a problem, and blocking will help even out inconsistencies. Thank you so much for joining me on this crochet along. I look forward to seeing all your progress. Please be sure to share in the Szyepia Facebook group or on Instagram with the hashtag Festival of Lights Cal. And if you have made it this far, I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would like to reach 1,000 subscribers so that I might benefit a small bit from any ads you had to watch during this video.